Hello everyone, my name is Runkelawal, and thank you so much for tuning in once again. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and please leave a comment. Today I want to talk about influencers, and I want to talk about how you can work with influencers, or how you should be working with influencers. What are influencers? Influencers are groups of individuals who utilize their digital footprint or their social media platforms and social media profiles to engage with their target audience and their digital tribes, their collective tribes. And they've built their brands, they've built their digital identity. So I'm being very specific about social media here. They've built their online identities in such a way that they have managed to develop I was going to say a movement, but really it's about the relationships. They've developed an audience, and a strong enough relationship with their audience enables them to influence them. So, for example, you will find there are a number of individuals who are very popular on this social media platform, on YouTube, who literally, they can talk about a brand or they can talk about a subject matter and stir a conversation or boost sales, okay? And so you as a business owner, what you want to do is you want to engage with influencers to ensure that you're tapping into as many, even micro audiences as you can. You know, with advertising, for example, you're spending lots and lots of money and you're going out there with billboards, maybe TV, radio, flyers, and you're hoping with good planning and strategy that you're going to reach a wider audience. But with influencers, they've already captured an audience of followers and individuals who like what they're tweeting, who like what they're videoing, who like what they're Instagramming, who like what they're Facebooking. There are Facebook influencers. Even LinkedIn has influencers, okay? And so you as a brand or a business owner want to find a way to build a relationship with influencers that can impact your business brand positively. Now be careful, not to scare you. These influencers build their own brands themselves. This is off their own back. More likely than not, they're individuals who are doing it from their, it could be the comfort of their own homes, but they have taken the time and the effort to build their online presence and to build their personal brand in such a way that they have developed their own audience, okay? And quite often their audience are very passionate about them, okay? So influencers have fans, people who love them, who pretty much will, I don't want to say it to kind of get you too excited, but they will quite often buy whatever they say they should buy. Now, you've got to be clear and be careful when you're approaching influencers, that you respect this, that you respect the journey, you respect that they've done the work, that, it's not just free advertising, okay? Yes, some influencers are happy to receive gifts to review, depending on what industry and sector, be it makeup, be it fashion or food. But some influencers have clearly defined business objectives, like yourself as a business owner, and if they are creating content specifically regarding your brand and your business, be prepared to pay. Be prepared to invest. Be prepared to build a long-term, ongoing relationship. Okay? So it really comes down to relationship. They don't always ask for money, but more often than not now, as their influence is rising and as they realize the impact they are having on brands and on businesses and on literally, I say, movements, conversations, influencers can shape narratives now. And if you still haven't got that, then I suggest you take a moment and get it. With the power of social media, influencers are really shaping the things we talk about, the things that I'm not going to say what we think about. I think hopefully people are still savvy enough to think for themselves, but they are opening up new, platforms and doorways to opportunities, doorways to conversations, okay? But so you have to build a relationship. Don't expect everything for free. But then at the same time, don't necessarily expect that all influencers are going to charge huge amounts of money. Open the doors to the digital doors, the virtual doors, to conversation and building that relationship. Be polite, be open, be ready and willing to work with influencers. If an influencer approaches you, find out how it can be mutually beneficial, okay? It's not always just about that financial exchange. It's about building some strong, solid, consistent, long-term relationships with brands, business owners with influencers. And I think quite often influencers have developed a bad reputation to some degree. Okay, so any influencers watching this, don't panic. I'm not criticizing you, but because there's been some bad news stories, some negative press, quite often people just literally think some influencers are out for what they can get. And if you're not smart and you're not wise, if you're not building relationships, you might not be able to know. You might miss really good opportunities to build some great relationships and brand building and marketing with influencers. So literally take the time, be willing to pay. This is a conversation here. I want us to really think about how we can move forward and work with influencers. They're not all out for what they can get, but there are some bad news stories. Do your research into the influencers that you want to work with, but also be mindful, okay? Be mindful and be ready, be prepared. Once you've done your research, once you've, and back and forth, literally, even if a influencer approaches you, you can research them before you respond. Don't say no immediately. Don't run away, literally, because you're thinking it's going to cost you millions and millions of pounds, which it doesn't have to cost that much, truly. I hope this video has been useful. If you've got any questions, please leave a comment below. I'm going to share another video about influencers soon, so if you've got more questions, hopefully that will answer even more of your questions. Lots of questions. Okay guys, take care. Bye.